Hey, how's it going, man?
How's it going, Justin?
Doing good, Hayden. Doing good, man.
All right, we'll jump right into it then. So,
Sound
why'd you get into the niche? Why did you decide fitness was your route for social media?
Yeah, so it's a great question, man. So in 2019, I was at a very low point in my life. I was on antidepressants, on anxiety medication, doing drugs, just in a very bad spot, dealing with a lot of issues, right? And the thing that saved me, the thing that helped me to beat that depression and to get out of that hole was fitness. So I believe that there's three main pillars that will lead you to becoming a better person. And the number one thing is just improving your physical health. Right. So once you can get your fitness in check, the skills you develop through that, delayed gratification, hard work, consistency, all those skills, they trickle into everything else in life. Right. So getting your fitness and your body under control, priority number one. Right. Then you want to get your mindset in control. So this means meditation, praying, and just basically just being able to control your own mind through actively understanding and just taking note of your thoughts, right? Like not fixating on a certain thought, don't linger on the negativity, just moving past that and finding different techniques like breath work and stuff like that to increase your capability to control your own thoughts. And then spirituality is that third one, right? So getting close with God, praying, and just being able to develop a connection with God is really important as well. But fitness transitions into everything. So that is what helped me get out of that hole, saved me, and I just want to give that to other people, right? There's a lot of garbage information out there. There's a lot of bad stuff that people just, it looks flashy, it looks cool, but it's not helpful. So cutting through the fluff and just getting down to what will actually change your life is kind of my mission statement.
Awesome. So, how did you who got you into fitness? Did you just decide, no, I'm going to try this? Where did you see a video that you're like, maybe that would help me? Like, what got you into the fitness world?
Yeah, so in college, one of my buddies was actually studying to be a personal trainer. So he one day was just trying to drag me to the gym. And I was so angry at life. I was so frustrated. I needed an outlet. Back in high school, that was lacrosse and wrestling, but I didn't have that anymore. So I needed some way to be able to take out my energy, some way to just let go of this aggression. And so I really found a lot of comfort in the gym because it allowed me to get rid of that negativity through weightlifting. So that's what really got me going. And that was a life-changing experience to be able to get consistent with the gym.
That's awesome. So, you're natural. You advertise you're natural.
Yeah.
Do you ever get people coming up to you like thinking you're on stuff? Have you had that yet?
I actually had that for the first time ever. And it was like, it was kind of cool because I mean, that's a compliment. So
Oh
I
yeah,
actually had
definitely
a
is.
comment on one of my YouTube posts. He wasn't like accusing me of it, but he just kind of made a joke about it. Not like super negative, but yeah. So I don't know if I would call it an accusation, but yeah, he kind of brought it up and I thought that was pretty cool. But that only once so far.
Yeah, it'll probably happen more the bigger you get. So,
True. Yeah.
what got you into the content creation part? Because you said fitness kind of saved you. Why'd you decide to start posting about it? Just to
Yeah,
help
totally.
others?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard to save people in person. There's only so many people around you. There's only so many people that are actually trying to seek help, right? You can only help a finite amount of people because you only have so many hours in the day.
right,
So in person, trying to help people in person is, yes, you can help people, but it's very limited, right? So
right.
the gold is online because you can help endless amounts of people. So what really made me want to start posting online is that I know that, okay, I can only reach this many people if like in person. But what can I do to help everyone? And online gives you a platform to speak to an incredibly large amount of people. So I just wanted to spread my knowledge to more people.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. When did you get into content creation? How long have you been posting for?
Yeah, I started in October 27th of 2023. And so I posted about every single day for 6 months until I finally hit 1,000 followers. So it
Yeah,
was a grind for sure. It took a lot of time. And for a while, it felt like it was just a fruitless effort because I wasn't growing, right? But I was able to stay consistent. And eventually I had a real pop off. And that just got a lot of eyes on my page, triggered a bunch of growth. And I gained 10,000 followers in the last month.
that's awesome. Yeah, the way it starts so slow and just drags, and then all of a sudden it's like boom. It's always awesome to see that. So,
Totally.
your comments, are you getting mostly positive, or do you get some negative thrown in there also?
I have been absolutely blown away by how much of a positive, how many people are just being so positive in the comment section. The fitness community has had a bad reputation as of recent years, but through my experience, I've received nothing but positive, and just incredible support from the fitness community. So I could probably count the negative comments I've had on my hands.
Yeah.
So mostly support, mostly kindness for sure.
So those few comments that you had that were negative, how'd you deal with that? Did you just kind of did it like shock you or like, dang man, did you bring it down? Did it bring you down at all? Or were you kind of just like, who cares?
No, that hyped me up. Are you kidding? Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
don't
there you
have
go.
haters, then you don't have enough audience. If you want to
Yeah.
really, you want to impact people, you have to say stuff that can be controversial at times, right? If you want people, like let's say there's a sandwich shop, right? And they're like, some people absolutely love them. Then some people are gonna hate them. But if people are just kind of like indifferent, they don't love you, but they don't hate you, then you're not really doing a very good job. So if
Yeah.
you want to be loved at an incredible level, you're also going to be hated. So just
Yeah.
accepting the good with the bad is super important and realizing that where there's dark, there's light. So I'm seeing,
Yeah.
oh, there's darkness, but that means there's light too. So the more negativity you get kind of means the more people that you're reaching. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that 100%. There's no light without any dark. So then with your following, you're growing now. You're doing one-on-one coaching. So how do you handle that? Are you being approached with DMs? Are you DMing people cold outreach? How are you handling that side of the business?
Yeah, so I've been interactive with all my followers for since day one, right? So I have developed a lot of connections with people in the industry that are also posting on social media. So just reaching out to those people that I already know and letting them know, trying to give them free value, trying to help them out, and then transitioning that into a call where we can kind of discuss some more serious options is kind of the route I've been taking. So mostly just DMing my followers and reaching out and seeing like what I can do for them. And then if they're more serious, then we can talk about some more paid options.
So your approach is to get them onto a call and then try to benefit them the most, get them into a paid thing. Once you get them into a paid thing, what's your pattern, what's your routine to getting them to their goals? Is it like a customized workout? Is it a diet plan? Is it both? Like what are you doing?
Yeah, so I do a customized meal plan that changes every single week, making sure that they're able to actually enjoy their food while reaching their goals. I don't want people to get out of the program and be like, "Oh my God, finally I can eat what I want." I don't want
Yeah.
people eating chicken and rice the whole time. We need to create a sustainable plan where you can enjoy the process. So having that meal plan that's adjusted so you actually enjoy it is super crucial, right? And then also having that custom workout so they get exclusive access to my app where those workouts are designed specifically around their goals. A lot of people have difficulties to make time for the gym, right? People
Mhm.
have busy lives, people have families, but having a plan that's structured around your time and around your schedule will make it a lot easier for you to actually have time for the gym. So that's going to be huge. We want people to have time for the gym, but also have time for their families and to enjoy themselves, right? And then of course, like 24/7 communication. And then you also get consistent weekly calls to make sure that the progress is on track. We're doing the right things. And also, that's going to be where I teach you what I'm doing. A big part of my program is I don't want them to have to work with me forever. I don't want a high retention rate. I want people to have all the knowledge, all the skills to be able to do this on their own for the rest of their life, right? I'm preaching sustainability, not just, oh, 90 days you're fit, now what, right? This is supposed to transition to forever. So a lot of that call is going to be me teaching them why we're doing what we're doing and how they can do it on their own when that time comes.
I like that. I like that model a lot because, yeah, you're like you said, you're not trying to do retention time. You're just like, hey, let me educate you so you can do this yourself. You don't need
Exactly.
me. I like that. That's a good business model. So, have you had many clients so far?
So I actually just launched my business 3 weeks ago. So I haven't gotten any clients at the moment. I'm actually doing a 14-day challenge in a few days to where I'll be
Okay,
giving people a free process so they can kind of get a taste of what I'm doing.
gotcha. Well, that'll be awesome. I hope that goes great for you. So when
Thank
it
you.
comes to the content side of things, what's your content schedule? You said you post daily, but when it comes to posting, are you trying to follow the trends? Are you doing your own thing? What are you doing there?
Yeah, so I think following the trends is kind of in my opinion, at the place where I'm at, it's kind of a dead end because I don't want to do what other people are doing. I want to provide my main objective is to provide value. I want people to come to my page and get free help. So kind of like my posting schedule usually goes like this. I'll post at least 5 reels a week that's straight up value. So this is going to be, top three best bicep workouts, nutrition tips, fitness tips, basically stuff that's going to help you on your fitness journey. And then I'll sprinkle in some shorter reels that are more maybe humor, relatable,
Mhm.
stuff that's going to be more directed to people that haven't seen my content before. Right. So stuff that's going to bring new eyes to my page. And then once they're seeing my page, they'll see, oh man, value, 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 value. So the
Yeah.
main objective is provide value, but you also have to have posts that are going to gather people that don't see your stuff. So short form, like maybe like around 5 second or less videos to try to get those new eyes on your page. And then the value is usually longer.
Yeah, there you go. So when it comes to engaging with your people, you're consistent with that? You keeping up with that so far, or is it getting too hectic now where it's like, I can't keep up with all the comments?
No, I've been able to keep up pretty consistently so far. So I respond to all my comments, respond to all my DMs. And yeah, that hasn't been an issue so far. I mean, I'm assuming that there will be a time when it's going to
Oh
be
yeah.
a little bit out of hand, but
Yeah.
not yet.
That's good though. That's good to keep engaging with everybody. And so back to those hate comments, do you respond to those or you just let them sit there? Do you
Yeah,
banter
sometimes I'll
back?
respond to them and kind of joke around
Yeah.
with it. Like
Yeah.
for example, one guy commented on one of my posts being like, I was talking about how important it is to do what's necessary today so your future self doesn't have to deal with more hardship. Kind of talking about self-care, right? Self-love
Right.
in that aspect.
Mm.
And some guys like, your face could use some self-love because I had a ton of acne.
Mm.
And so I replied with like, yeah, dude, my face looks like a gross pepperoni pizza. Or I made some like acne joke about myself because it's not that,
Yeah.
some people get
Right.
really
It's
offended, but
Yeah, it's funny when the haters they comment and then you respond with like agreeing with them. They're like, they don't know what to do. Their whole plan's ruined. So
yeah.
it's always fun to do that.
Mhm.
So what going forward are you doing in the future? Like you said that you have your one-on-one coaching that I'm sure you're going to work into more and you have the 14-day challenge coming up. What else for the future? Are you changing anything about your content? Are you trying new things there? What's the future look like?
Yeah, so I actually recently made a pivot. I just tried a new style of post today, actually. So for a long time, I've been posting stuff that's funny, right? Because I'm a really silly guy. I like to make people laugh.
Yeah.
However, it's a hard balance of being funny, being entertaining, but also being the authority figure. I need people to understand that I know what I'm talking about, and my sense of humor is childish. So,
Yeah.
so a
I get
lot of the
that.
times, like I may be 24, but I'm attracting people that are like in high school and college because of my humor. So I've realized, okay, yes, this is funny and this is valuable, but it's attracting an audience that isn't necessarily my target audience. So
Yeah.
right now, I'm making a pivot and creating content that is a little less funny, a little like I'm not trying to be a clown anymore. So a
Yeah.
little bit more serious and a little bit more just here's the value as quickly as possible, not wasting your time. Let's get right to it. So we're ditching the jokes and just going with all the information compressed. So
So
that's
how'd that work? Oh, I'm sorry, continue.
no, 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 go ahead.
Well, how'd that work for you today? Did you see good results from that today then?
It's funny. I got a great amount of views. I had over 10,000 views in a few hours, which is incredible. So the views are great. However, the engagement is really lacking. So it
Mm,
got way less likes. The watch time is super low, but it has a ton of views. So right now, you can't judge a style or a strategy based on one post. So I'm going to
right.
continue this for the next 2 weeks and we'll see what happens. But right now, I'm kind of debating, okay, what's more important, views or engagement?
Yeah.
And I think engagement is more important,
Hmm.
but we're going to continue with the strategy, see what happens.
Yeah. I think that's a good route. And you could even do a combination of both, which I'm sure you've thought about doing or are doing. So, yeah. All right. So, monetization, you have the coaching that will hopefully take off for you. Are you posting on any other platforms or is it just Instagram?
I just started posting on YouTube again. So I honestly I got a little bit short-sighted and I was kind of just only posting on Instagram for a while. Right? I saw that start to take off and so I just diverted all my energy there.
Mm,
But it doesn't take that long to just post that same video on YouTube.
right.
So I was kind of
Yeah.
making this excuse in my head of like, no, 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 I'll just focus on this. But like, it's just not that hard to just post on other stuff too. So
Yeah.
I just recently started posting on YouTube again. TikTok, I don't post on TikTok because I've heard it's gonna get taken down. So
Yeah.
I'm not really sure that my energy's, if that's a good idea to start doing that when it's gonna be gone in the next year. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
right now
I
I'm
mean,
mainly just focusing on Instagram and YouTube.
yeah. Wouldn't hurt to jump on TikTok and just schedule your videos on there. So,
True, true.
I
Maybe
mean,
I'm
more eyes to your brand. That's all
so
I'd say
true.
on that.
Yeah,
And it's got a good monetization program and stuff. So that'd be good to hop into. All right.
yeah.
So what challenges did you face with the content creation? And then what challenges did you face with fitness in your personal life?
For the content creation, the biggest challenge that I faced was finding my voice. It's very difficult to be authentic, but also provide value with hooks and keeping that engagement because you don't want to
Yeah.
be that guy that's like, hey guys, what's up? Back again. You
Right.
know,
Yeah. You don't want to be a clown copycat of everybody. Yeah.
exactly. Like you want to be authentic. but you also need to catch their attention. You need that hook. You need them to watch so they can see the value. So it's a difficult balance of having that hook, having that high energy to keep them watching, but you also want to be authentic because if you're just sitting here kind of like Sam Sulek style, I love Sam Sulek, but
Yeah.
in short form, if you were just talking, kind of monotone, relaxed, I think that would be difficult to hook people in unless you already have a name like he does, right?
Yeah.
So it's a difficult balance. And one other thing is a lot of people are starting to post in a very polarizing fashion where they say things that are very jolting, extreme, and that
Yeah.
gathers a lot of attention, even though it is controversial. Andrew Tate is a perfect example of this, right? He says stuff that is very controversial, but you hear it and it does make you want to listen, either if you hate it or because you love it. So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
say, like, if you're talking about fast food, for example, right? You could say, man, fast food's bad. And that may sound like more authentic because it's just like how you would say it in real life. Or you could say, if you eat fast food, you're going to die sooner. Both of which are true, but one is more captivating than the other. However, it also sounds more or less authentic. So it's
Yeah.
a difficult balance of being polarizing, having that hook, but also you don't want to, sound like everybody else. You want to be
Yeah. Yeah.
authentic.
Right. I
That
get that.
finding that balance has been the biggest struggle for me.
Yeah. I can understand that. So then what about like fitness, personal life, fitness? Did you struggle with anything there? Was there a big challenge in that?
Yeah, man. I think that the biggest struggle with me was while I was in the military, it made it very difficult to stay consistent in the gym while also because you're working out every single morning, right? So you're going on runs every Monday, you're doing stuff every morning. And balancing that with fitness is extremely difficult because you have no time. So you're waking up at 5 a.m., go for like a 6 mile run, and then you get off at 5 p.m. So if you want to get 8 hours of sleep, you got to go to bed in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So but you gotta eat, you gotta shower, you want to have some time to like watch the game and relax and unwind. So having time for that and the gym, it made it really difficult. So I was running off like 5, 6 hours of sleep for like 3 years straight. So just having finding the time for it was what made it a bit of a challenge.
Are you out of the military now then?
Yeah, I just got out 2 months ago.
Gotcha. Well, I want to say thank you for your service. I
Oh, thank you for the support.
like that. Yeah. So are you doing this full time then? Or you got like a job that you're working or
Yeah,
how you
I
doing?
actually just got interviewed for a job at Anytime Fitness. They offered me the job and it's paying very well. But I turned it down because I want to divulge all of my energy into my own business. I have faith in myself, I have faith in the process, and
I like
I'm
that.
very confident that this will work out. And I think, where you spend your time is super important. And I don't plan on doing in-person training forever, right? If I was going to do that, it would be just to pay the bills and
Yeah.
for a 1 to 2 years type thing until I get this up. But if I can just divulge all of my energy into this and get it up sooner, then obviously that'd be better.
Yeah. I like that strategy. Just all or nothing. Go. I like
Exactly.
that. Yeah. So what advice would you give to anyone starting the gym right now? And then what advice would you give to anybody that wants to start their content creation journey?
So for content creation, we'll tackle that one first. Number one, you got to post consistently. So if you're very serious about it, which you should be, you need to be posting, I would say every single day. But if you can't do every day, at least 3 times a week. But you need to be consistently posting and you need to provide value. Especially in the fitness industry, a lot of people are just posting pictures of them flexing or cool edits. But if you want to see somebody flexing or cool edits, I'm going to go to the best people that have been doing it for years and are better than you at it. I'm going to go see Alex Ubik. I'm going to see David Late. I'm going to see these top guys, not you. So you need to do something that sets you apart, which in most cases can be providing value. Okay, so value can be determined in different ways, right? You can either give somebody tips and information that are going to help them on their fitness journey. Maybe you just create some sort of an emotional response to brighten their day with some comedy or do something relatable that makes them feel something. So you don't have to always be giving tips if you're not, knowledgeable enough to do that, but just create some sort of an emotional response to brighten their day or make them feel like they're not alone or something along those lines, right? So provide value, make sure that you're posting consistently, and you have to engage with your audience, right? This is a community. Like these are your friends, not your followers. So
Right.
making sure you respond to all your comments, you're responding to your DMs, and you're actually getting to know the people that are watching your stuff and giving them what they want. And also just making sure that you're being yourself. There's only one of you. So show that.
Yeah.
We don't need to
Yeah.
see another Sam Sulek. We don't need to see another Alex Eubank. Stop copying these people. Be yourself and actually, show your weirdness, show your quirk, show who you are. People will
Yep.
fall in love with that authenticity. And rather than watching your stuff for the value you're bringing, eventually they're just going to watch it because they want to see you.
Yeah, yeah,
So that would be the biggest advice I'd have for content creators in terms of your fitness journey. The best thing I can say is number one, be consistent. And obviously that's hard to do, but there are many tips you can have to stay consistent. So one thing I always tell you, you're gonna have bad workouts. You're gonna have bad workouts, and that's okay. So every workout doesn't need to be Tom Platz level intensity, locked in, just doing new crazy PRs. No, no, no. Sometimes you're gonna go in there and you're gonna not be in it. You're not gonna give it your all, and you're gonna leave, but you still did it. And having that momentum, having that consistency is what's gonna get you those results. So stay consistent is number one. Number two, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good people that are gonna motivate you. If you're surrounded by people who come home from work, play video games, watch TV, eat pizza, it's gonna drag you back into that. But if you're surrounded by people who are on their grind, on their journey, you're going to be influenced by that, and it's going to just make you want to do what they're doing, right? Show me your friends, show me your future. It's cliche, but it's cliche because it's true. Because it's
right.
true. All the most cliche statements are cliche because they're said over and over again, but they're said over and over again because they're so true. So make sure you have a good community around you. And also, everybody neglects their nutrition. Take nutrition seriously, man. Take nutrition seriously. And I'm not saying
Yeah,
you have to be like going on some crazy hard bulk and getting as big as possible and doing
yeah,
steroids and all that. No, no, no. Fitness isn't about getting as jacked as possible. It's about loving yourself. It's in my opinion the greatest form of self-love because you're doing what's necessary now to make your life easier in the future, right? You want to live long enough to see your grandkids. You want to be able to take care of yourself. So when you look in the mirror, you're happy with who you are. So another thing, don't work out for somebody else. There's this weird trend going on where it's like, she broke my heart, but watch this.
yeah, yeah,
Finding external motivation from trying to prove something to somebody else. That's going to fade. That is a finite form of motivation. And when that fades, you're done.
right. Yep.
So find motivation through wanting the best for yourself, through wanting to look in the mirror and be confident and happy with what you've accomplished, and through, creating a life that you feel more energy, you're happy, you're not hurting all the time, and you're able to move around and pick up your kids. So just
Yeah,
don't do this for somebody else, do it for you.
yeah. I like that a lot. That's some good advice. Well, I appreciate it. You were very fun to talk to and very knowledgeable.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it was great to talk to you too.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to do it again sometime.
Most definitely. Yeah.